I walk the streets with my swagger on, supernatural, facing a million opponents, and my role is to act alone. Lights, camera when the action's on. Where I roam is a battle zone, a vigilante in the catacombs. But I rock with a hot shot like a clock when it's cotton popped and the lead is gone. People say that my head is gone, but it's them same people in need of my help. When I'm heading home in life, they say that everybody got a purpose. So I roam the city streets like faulty cellular service. The hot shot sharpshooter superhero, destined to shine like light through the dark and evil. I fight for what's right in the hearts of people, and try to open y'all eyes, cause it's hard to see truth. You ever feel like everybody's the same but you different? That's when you know you're here to make a difference. Hot shot, you got a choice to make, stand up or stand down. Fight or flight, get up, bang out the world's weight. Can't wait to see what you about. It's showtime, act now. Hot shot, you got a choice to make, stand up or stand down. Fight or flight, get up and bang out the world's weight. Can't wait to see what you about. It's showtime, act now. Hot shot.
Here comes a new challenger!
What's up, everybody? How you doing? I am Mike Watson, the publisher of Freestyle Comics, aka Most Epic, aka Most Enthusiast Person in Comics, and here for another episode of Chat and Draw. Not just another episode, but episode 211. Yeah, the crowd goes wild. Yeah. All right. Now we are. Look. I want you to understand something. I'm gonna look right at the camera. We are making comics. I don't think like you really grasp a hold of the context of that statement when I say it. But we are literally making comics. I was up till 3 o'clock last night because an idea for a t-shirt for our next Kickstarter would not leave my brain alone. In that time of working on that shirt, I talked to Laurie Foster. I talked to her husband, Eric. I talked to Travis Gibbs. I talked to Ryan Robinson. And we were all up doing work. And today in this show, I found out that Sarah was up with them as well, doing work at this hour. Do you know what we were all doing? All of us making comics. Look, if that's not love for something that you want to do in life, I do not know what is. Because these are some of the busiest people I know. And we were all up at 3 o'clock, making comics. So, all I can say is buy our stuff. We work hard, damn it. So, yeah. But so quick catch up on FSK business. We I haven't got confirmation yet, but chances are likely that we are going to be at Fan Expo Chicago July 7th. Um, if we're not at Fan Expo Chicago, we are definitely at Gym City as our next event. That's in Dayton, Ohio. The Green Zone Kickstarter backer kit surveys have all been sent off. I'll be doing the smoke test for Vigilance today. Yay, yay. We are building Emerald Quest 2 and 3. If you're in our Facebook fan group, I just gave you an early sneak peek at 2 of the exclusive t-shirts that will be on that Kickstarter. Shout out to the interns. Man, they have been crushing it helping design a lot of this stuff. Green Zone, Vigilance. What else we got? Is that it? I think that's it. I mean, if I remember anything else, I'll let you know. We did FSK Mania this past weekend. It was super successful. So there will be another one. If you guys want to find out how to get your characters in FSK Mania, please slide in my DMs or Danny Cooper's DMs, and we will discuss that with you because we are doing it. Paul Hansen, how you doing, sir? He also joined the FSK Elite last weekend when we were, or the weekend before when we were at Ranger Stop. That is a top tier fan service for people that are super, super beyond supportive of Freestyle Comics. It's an elite few. And we inducted our first 5 people into that. It's like being put into the Comic Book Fan Hall of Fame. And that's what he got. Andrew, what's up? Andrew D is here for another episode of the most epic indie talk show, Chat and Draw. Thank you, Andrew. And I met Andrew for the first time at Ranger Stop. That's a cool kid. He hung out with us all weekend as we pitched comic books. What up, Kyron? Fee, what's up? What's up? J-Man's in the building for episode 211. That's 211 episodes in a row that J-Man has seen. And he's also part of the Elite 5 for FSK Elite. Okay. Oh, you saw the shirts, Legend? We're working on the fan perk. If Danny can get the 3D printer to pull it off the way that we want it to, I think we have a really cool fan perk for this next Kickstarter. So looking forward to it. But that's all the business and all the hellos and congratulations and all that jazz. Let's bring out my guests. They are show regulars. As a matter of fact, they're not just show regulars. They are family. As we get ready to roll into this next episode of Chat and Draw, let's bring them back in Chat and Draw fashion.
Here comes a new challenger.
Chill. I think it's time for me to save the day.
What's up?
Hey.
I was like not gonna do hands, and then Laurie's like 2 hands, and so I'm just like 2 hands. Need 2 hands now.
Man, every time you do that new challenger intro, that doorbell sound gives me just a tiny bit of anxiety for just a second. I think it's like the introvert, you know, like you just like doorbells are like, who's here? What's happening? Like,
oh, that's awesome. Oh yeah, yes, sir. We changed our dang. A lot of stuff that I talked to you guys about. I did not get to talk to you about the change up that we did. I'll talk to you about that after the show. But we changed up our Twitch channel name and our YouTube channel name. We're trying to join forces with other podcasts on one channel to bring all of our audience together to try to get some consistent viewership every day.
Mm-hmm.
So we switched up the name. Yeah, so we're trying. Just you got to try to reach these people in different ways.
It's hard when you're doing like a million different things.
Yeah.
To kind of bring it all together into a coherent. We have trouble doing that too. It's just because we want, like Sarah wants to do crafts and I want to do crafts and we want to do YouTube videos and we want to do cat videos and we want to do comics and we want to having different channels for all of it seems like
yeah, like it's a good idea, but is it really? Because that's more
Yeah.
work. It's just one or two people doing it, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's one or two people doing this work, and you're trying to manage 10 different channels. It's not feasible. It's not a long-term solution.
It's not, and that's kind of like where we were at on it, like because we were all talking about our viewership. We all kind of share a lot of the same audiences, but if we have the same YouTube and same Twitch channel, then you guys can do whatever you want because it's all on that channel.
Yeah.
And it's content, and like we got everybody securing like their own day, their slot that they have, or whatnot. And like so, if I want to do quick hot shot takes because there's things that make me angry, then I can do that, and that's on a different time throughout the week. It's just trying to let people know there's something on every single day.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So, all right. So I am very honored. It may not get finished on this show because I really want to absolutely murder this cover and fully put out there that I am the variant cover king. But I'm very honored that I am getting to draw the relaunch of Super, their covers. Like that is the book that brought me to Unlikely Hero Studios. So I discovered y'all at, and I was like, oh, when Laurie Foster slid into my DMs and asked me, I blushed. So tell us about this revival.
Yeah, so this is actually the first anyone's hearing of it outside of the people I have asked to do covers. We hadn't announced it at all. So if you're here, you're hearing it first. You're really fucking special. Yeah, we're going to be launching. We're Andrew. Yes. So what we're doing, and I'm really excited about this, we're relettering the entire series. I wouldn't say rewriting, but we're fixing it. The colors are being revamped.
Like it's new and improved. It's not new, but it is improved.
Mike actually has a couple of pages that I'll have him show here at some point, but we're also, it's going to be the same book, but we're removing the fucks from it so that it's accessible to a bigger audience, because we kept going to cons and I'm dressed as Blitz and all these younger girls are coming to the table and they're so excited about Blitz. And then we're like, well, you can't read this because every second panel is filled with fucks. So it's going to be the same story, but tweaked so that the same jokes too, although some of the jokes are rewritten to be better, I should say. Like we're not losing anything. We just want it to be accessible to more people. It's not going to be all ages by any means. It's still like weird and perverted and crazy. We're just making it kind of PG-13 instead of PG-16.
Andrew's freaking out in the comments. You see this, Andrew? We're not like just indiscriminately removing all the fucks. We're curating it so that the fucks that are still there are going to be more special.
Right. It's you shouldn't notice it when you read it. It shouldn't be noticeable at all that it's been changed. But kids like the fucks. Yeah, I just
Willie, what drawings are you talking about?
Fucks are the only thing that make it a little bit inappropriate for younger audiences. So, like, why not go quality over quantity when you're talking about the best curse word out there?
Right.
We want quality. That's what Unlikely Heroes is all about. We're all about we want the quality.
Yeah. So it's the colors have been tweaked, especially in issue 1 because they were a little dark and a little weird. Eve went back in and he retweaked all 52 goddamn pages of the thing. Relettered, you're going to see the lettering is way better. Rewritten, the jokes are funnier. Everything just you'll see. And then of course we're going to be doing, for the first time, we never had variant covers before, so we're going to have, for issue 1, which we're releasing next month on Kickstarter, we're going to have 6 covers.
Yeah. So that's what I'm excited about because That's why I said the drawing may not get finished on the show. Because honestly, the best part that I love about doing this is research. And I figured it'd be cool to do some of the research live and kind of look at some outfits. I already got 3 to start off with because we're drawing Blitz first. But we're going to gala the superhero, the super team. And it's going to be 1 or 2 characters on each one of the covers that you'll be able to, that we'll figure out later if it's going to be a fold out or a combined piece with all of them on there or whatnot. But I'm so effing hyped that I get to just add a small piece to a book I feel is on par with Invincible and any other Marvel comic book out there. It is literally my favorite indie book. Like when I got this, I was like, I don't know why this is in the indie section. This is ridiculous. This book is so damn good. So very, very, very happy, and I enjoy the gala. As you know, we did it for all the FSK characters for our 25th book, which that stuff is getting ordered very, very soon because the smoke test is about to go off today. God, I can't wait to get my poster. But and then I'm talking with Laurie and Eric, and I'm like, well, what can we do? What can we do? I was like, yeah, I can do a double page cover with crazy perspective and all the characters and blowing up the camera and just line weights everywhere or whatnot. Or we could do something really dope and just gallon them up because that's been fun. And shout out to Mark Brooks. Whoever pissed Mark Brooks off at Marvel and didn't let him do gala drawings, y'all need to let him do gala drawings because all of his gala drawings have killed all of y'all's gala drawings. Which one did you do? Medusa, where her whole dress was her hair.
Mm-hmm.
It was sick. It was all braided and knotted. I was like, dude, I would have never thought of something like that. But what up, Ron? What up? Also, I heard that Ryan Robinson's doing a variant cover for Emerald Quest number 2 and 3. That's almost finished.
That I'm just dropping out of your contest then. That's too much pressure.
No, Ryan is somebody I already got before the contest. You still in the contest.
Yeah,
I know. I looked at a couple of the other names that were entering your contest, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to have the best one. But you know what?
Don't do that.
Well, I don't even care. See, that's the thing. I don't even care because yesterday I needed a distraction, and I decided I was going to start drawing that cover, and I managed to successfully be distracted pretty much. At least 12 hours. I mean, I bet I spent 12 hours really doing this exactly the way I wanted it to be.
Okay. See, I'm excited.
Not 12 hours straight, but I mean, I could show you now, but I don't want to take the result. I want to wait till it's done. So,
our FSK Now group will be voting on the winner. They will get access to vote on who wins and gets that cover slot. I think it's fun. I think it's fun because it's a moment of growth because we did a coloring contest, 2 Kickstarters ago, and only 2 people entered. And now we're doing a cover contest, and we've got 8 or 9 people that entered it this time.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to see what's going on with that. But let's dive into this research. So normally I start off with red carpet premieres. I look at the latest one, which probably would have been Doctor Strange into the Multiverse of Madness, and I found 3 on there. So we're talking I want to learn about Blitz and know about her a bit more so we can figure out the right outfit for her. But I started off with 3 here that I liked. Let me see here. There we go. Yeah, that works. All right, so I like this one here. I know you said she would probably rock a dress.
Yeah.
I really like this outfit, and I thought this was, and obviously you know Blitz better than I do, but I thought this would be something that Blitz would rock.
See, this I look at and I wonder, I think Misty would wear it before Blitz would wear it. Yeah.
You think Misty would wear this one?
Yes.
Awesome silhouette. Yeah.
Okay. But
So I would save that one for her because I think it would be perfect.
Okay. Did you say the silhouette in this is awesome, Sarah?
Yeah. I was like, yeah, Misty. I'm agreeing that Misty, and I love the lines on this too. It's very it's crisp, but it's also flowy.
Yeah.
It's a delicate balance, and it's working. And also, she's rocking the shit out of it too.
Yeah,
so.
she is rocking the shit out of it. Then I had this one up top because I mainly really like those shoes.
Yes.
Oh yeah, those are pretty amazing shoes.
All right, then Willie, keep me posted, man. All right, so those were just the three that I started off with. So we know we want to save this one. I think I had a better view of that first one.
I like these kind of. I think shiny is a direction she. I mean, her suit is gold,
Yeah,
so I feel like shiny is correct.
but you also said functional though when I talked to you.
Yeah, Paula is kind of torn. I feel like she's torn between being like a fangirl and being girly and being practical. So I'm also torn with what she would pick.
It's like there's I don't remember which issue it is, but she goes to a party thing for that an award thing, right? And she's just wearing it's a very classic dress, but it's just a basic black dress, your basic little black dress. And so I was like, yeah, that is it's very practical and functional, but also attractive. So yeah, I can see. I don't know if I can see her getting too crazy with stuff, but her suit is gold. So she's a little flamboyant, but she's not outlandish. Not too far that way.
And part of the idea is that it's like a rebranding party for them that they're going out for. Super is back. We're better. We're in high def digital. We've got surround sound text. We've got 1080 DPI colors. So
yes,
it's like a coming out party.
But before you start drawing that, by the way, we should show the side by sides of the pages because I do want people to see that. I don't want to interrupt your drawing. Andrew says maybe a dress with a slit, which I think is maybe wise, just because again, it's sexy, but it makes it more functional. She could run in it.
What is the name of that? Oh, YouTuber Jill Barup. I don't know if anybody watched. She's the sword lady on YouTube, and she literally has. Mike, actually, this might serve you well for some future research. She actually gets like ball gowns and stuff, and she tries to sword fight in them, and see how practical it is, and like what you can do to make your dress something practical for fighting in. And and she actually there's a couple of different. She does a couple of one video that I can think of that she points out the benefits and the drawbacks to specific types of dresses. So, the future, but I can see the slit is obviously movement. Especially if you're going to put her in something form fitting, like the slit helps her able to move her legs.
See, this is actually not a bad, like if we took this, but the middle accent bits are black and the rest of the suit is silver or gold or whatever, that might.
See, so that was the first dress that I showed you, but with a different view. But yeah, so I was thinking that when you guys brought up the slit, that this might be up her alley to wear. And here's some good one. Like here's a really good one.
Yeah, I like that detail too. It's like it's not so big as to be in the way if she were to get into a fight at the premiere.
Right.
But it's there. But it's like it's not gaudy. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not gaudy. It's not in her way. It's tasteful, and it's the same on her particular the specific dress on what's her name, Rachel McAdams. Yes, it's the same color as the rest of the dress, but the two fabrics are different, so that there's different texture but same color. I do like that, but I also agree that it could be black and the same texture, black and silver, or black and gold instead of the two-toned textures.
Well, yeah, this is where we get manipulated. So this dress is like the base of what we're going to draw for.
Yeah,
colors are all across.
Yeah, I think this is in the right direction. I think this might work best, and I like the front view better than the side view.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can tool it so it
the front view is definitely more interesting.
All
And
right.
then there's just Tilda in that picture just being Tilda.
Hey, Tilda is a ridiculous actress. I mean, that woman gets lost in every single role that she does. Like, she is a chameleon. She literally becomes a complete person every single time you see her in a movie.
Yeah, she's an icon.
I mean, I
I love
understand
her.
the controversy when she was cast as somebody who was supposed to be Asian, right?
Yeah.
And I understand that controversy, but like she took the role and she owned it. And so
Yeah.
it's not her fault that's what happened. Like it's not specifically her fault that that's what happened. She did an excellent job in that role. So
But yeah, that pantsuit is 100% silhouette, Mike. Like, you need to save it for her. Like,
and
spoilers, but
oh,
like, yeah,
it's fabulous. I freaking love that pantsuit.
yeah,
All right,
Like,
well,
I'm like sitting here going, I don't have a reason to wear it, but I kind of want to buy one.
yeah. I want one. Right,
I
exactly.
can pull that off. Like I mean, obviously don't have the svelte form that the Olsen sister has, but yeah, I think I could pull that off.
Tilda is a gem, and then she is, man. She really is. One of my favorite roles that she did was in Constantine.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, she was so good in that one. Oh my god.
she is like a non-binary icon in
Yeah.
Constantine.
Yes.
She's
I watched
indescribable.
With my nephew, and maybe he was a little too young to watch it, but yeah, he was like, is that a boy or is that a girl? And I was like, dude, that's an angel. They just said it's an angel. Like it's
both.
an angel. Yeah, and
It's
like being
everything.
that my sister sends her kids to Catholic school, I was like, that should be all the explanation you need, child.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get our board set up here. Andrew, if you're talking about the crossover prints, those are crossover covers. That is a 5-piece set that is not coming yet because the last book came on Charlie's Kickstarter. So I'm going to start ordering that with the Vigilance Kickstarter, and we'll have all those to go out. So that's why you don't have that one yet. If that's what you're talking about. But they're not prints; they're linking covers. They're crossover. All right. So what made you like? How does this conversation go? Like planning how to touch this? Because I mean, this is your guys' crown jewel. Like you guys love this book so much that you guys put it up on the shelf because you didn't want to, you didn't want to alter it. You didn't want to like, you didn't want to take any chances with it. You wanted to leave it as this golden apple that it was. So how hard was that decision for you guys to come down and say, all right, let's take a relaunch crack at it?
I don't know. I think we just hit a point where we felt better about it. We felt more confident in what we're doing publishing wise and with Kickstarter. We felt better. We had a long discussion with Zach's brother about what we were going to do. We went through a couple of iterations of what we were going to do. We went to some conventions with the old books and again had that kind of reaction where younger girls want to read it and we have to tell them, well, you can't. And we thought it through. We talked to, I don't know, easily 20 or 30 people about what we wanted to do. And finally we're like, okay, I think we can commit to this. We can re-release it this way. An issue at a time, because of course we never did floppies for all of them. So I do want everyone to be able to collect them. And then kind of decide what we're doing with it in the future. If we're going to release a massive omnibus with the first 7 once they're out as floppies, if we're going to continue it, with side stories and like just all of that. There's a lot that we could do with it. So, and we don't want to abandon it. We just needed kind of space to think about it and figure out how to make it better without changing the initial words, the initial spirit of it, the initial, I don't want anyone to, words. But keep that initial spirit, but make it better.
Yes.
Bring it to another level.
Zach's vision while also refining it into something even a little bit cooler than what it is right now. Like, it is super amazing the way it is, and we're kind of, it's not changing the story. Like, the story's remaining the same. It's just about polishing it up a little bit. And, you know, like Laurie said, making it more appropriate for younger kids to read. Like, I mean, not young kids, but younger. Like, it's a little more language appropriate and stuff. So, like, that kind of stuff is it's not changing the spirit of Zach's vision in any way. Just polishing it up a little.
Right.
God, how cool is the difference in the colors?
Yeah, so you guys can see here kind of the lettering, how much more legible it is. The colors are brighter. It's just going to read better. You're not going to have to squint to read it.
And there's less, what's the phrase? Never let it be said that I use 10 words to say what could be said in 2 or something like that. Like, a lot of those big boxes of text could have been condensed down, and this is what happened here. Look at the middle panel. Look at the difference in the middle panel. The color. I can't get over the color.
Yeah, everything's more visible. It's brighter. I think you'll find it's snappier. It's a little funnier. Like, we have the same jokes, but the jokes flow better. There's a little less rambling. It's made to fit the panels a little better and still be legible. Thank you, J-Man. I don't know about that, but thank you. We did a little more sound effects for crazy panels. Thank you so much, Brad. I think you guys are really going to like the remaster. It's really just, if you liked the first version, it's better. It's just an upgrade.
I mean, you're going to be able to take your old book off the shelf and sit next to and then we could do a spot the difference search and find thing with the old, like, somebody who has the old book and be like, how many differences can you spot in these 2 pages? Because it's like nothing's really changing. Like, the stuff that you love isn't changing. We're just shining it up a little bit.
Yeah,
and it just looks so. It's very subtle, but, like, you can look at the 2 pages that are up on the screen right now and go, it just looks a little better, a little cleaner, a little more polished, and that's all it's about.
Yeah. Jeremy, to answer your question, this character is called Blitz. Yeah, and like I said, we're going to have 6 different covers. We're going to have the original cover drawn by Zach Dolan, but the colors, of course, are tweaked so they look brighter, just like they are here. We're going to have Mike Watson, of course, he's going to do a gala cover that I'm going to ink for all 7 re-release issues. So those are going to be collectible as a set. Ian Richardson is doing a cover. Eric Foster, of course, is doing a cover that you guys are going to see. Sarah's doing a cover. And Javier Argandola is doing a cover that I'm really excited to show you guys. It's going to be hard to choose. I suggest you guys get all of them.
I'm very, very strongly fighting the urge to be super self-deprecating right now because you just name dropped like several very well known and a very, very good artists, and then you're like, oh yeah, Sarah's doing a cover, and I'm like, shit.
No.
I do
No,
know
it's gonna
one
be
person
awesome.
who's gonna really love my cover, though. I know that at least out there, one person is going to absolutely love this cover.
Oh, I'm really excited. And where the covers are all different. They're all very different. I think you guys, yeah, I can't wait to show them off.
Yeah, that is one thing that I'm excited about, is to see them all together and see how, like, they're all going to be really cool, but in their own very unique ways. Very unique.
Yeah, what I like to do when we hire cover artists is just give them the issue and be like, just, here, read it, and then do some thumbnails of what you want. I like to see what they do without any prompting, and that usually ends up with incredible results.
I think what were we talking about? Oh, I was just like, hey, I'm doing these designs for you, and then we went off track and started talking about covers, about who's all doing a cover, and I was like, oh, I guess if I could do this as a cover instead. Let's try it. So this is going to be the first time that I'm doing like an official cover too. So lots of pressure.
Yes. Yeah, I'm Mike. I'm very excited about this gala thing too, because it's not something we've ever done. So
right. Oh, this is such a good idea, and it's gonna look so amazing too. I have this is what you have so far. Already love it. Just I don't even need to see anything to know that it's gonna be amazing. Jeremy asked what inspired the creation of Blitz. She looks like a powerhouse. She is a powerhouse.
Yeah. That's a good question. So we didn't create her. Zach Dolan created her. And he's passed away, unfortunately. But maybe I can get kind of the spirit of it across. He was trying to create a female lead character who was just strong as shit, but not sexualized. That was his main goal. So she's funny and smart and buff, and she kicks ass, and she's got lightning powers, and she's just a human being. It's really cool.
I think my favorite part about her is that she can have a bit of a temper.
Yes.
And, every time the specific instances that I'm thinking about that she kind of snaps, very well deserved. Like she had every right to be pissed off, but also that's not the way she's expected to act in society, and that's because the society of the super universe is largely similar to ours, except people with superpowers are in it. So
Right.
but like the culture, the society, the way that we interact with each other is still very much the same. Pre-pandemic, I should say, because things are a little different now.
Yeah. She just kind of puts everything out there. She's not a meek human being.
No.
Oh geez, Andrew, that's a hard question.
Ooh.
I know the streak. I know Zach had casting plans for the streak as Gary Busey's son, whose name is escaping me.
Isn't it just like Dave or something? I'm gonna look it up for you. Gotta know.
And if you go Google Gary Busey's son, like he just looks like the streak. He based the streak off of him.
It's Jake.
Jake Busey, thank you.
And he's gotten into almost as much trouble as his dad, hasn't he? Or am I thinking of somebody else? Yeah, I'm thinking of somebody else.
And then Max is definitely based on Stephen Colbert, who I would definitely absolutely still want him to play Max.
Oh my god, that would be so. Oh my god, that's perfect. Yes.
I would die for that. Like, please, Stephen Colbert. I'm trying to remember his other casting choices. I can't remember her name again. I know for Blitz he had a few, but one of the ones that he had in mind was, I can't remember her name. She plays Dee on Always Sunny in Philadelphia. She's a tall blonde woman. Come on, guys, help me. You know her name and I can't remember it. Help me.
I'm terrible. I've never seen it. I've never seen Always Sunny. I've seen bits of episodes, but I've never like sat down and watched it. And that's horrible because I absolutely know that it's a great show. I should watch it. I should watch it.
But yeah, but she'd have to bulk up. She'd have to definitely bulk up. But she has kind of that go fuck Caitlin Olsen. Yeah, she has that kind of go fuck yourself attitude that they had in mind for Blitz. God, I'm trying to remember who they had in mind for Misty.
If you like, I mean, Zach's choices notwithstanding, who would you choose? Like, if you were the one choosing,
me or the people watching?
No, you, Laurie. Like, who's your favorite choice? Yeah,
I'm terrible at.
Because I'm trying to think. I've never considered the. Because I'm sitting here going, you know, the deadpan chick on Parks and Rec. I can't remember her name, but her, like, I was like, she has the sassy attitude, but she has the wrong, like, her delivery is kind of wrong for Blitz. Like, she needs to be more hot-headed.
Right.
But the sarcasm, the sassiness, that would be. If Super were a movie or TV show, what genre would it be? It would be a comedy for sure, like an action comedy.
I'm currently scrolling. Yeah, definitely comedy. I'm scrolling through the Super Dropbox because I know they had suggestions. Oh, there we go.
He had all that stuff. Didn't he?
Yeah, Colbert for Max Archer, Janet Varney for Blitz.
Janet Varney, really? Interesting. I've got to Google and make sure I'm thinking of the right person. I am.
And then the Furious Fire Ant, who did they have listed? Seth MacFarlane, like, just for his voice, because most of the time he's wearing a helmet.
I want John Leguizamo to be the Furious Fire Ant. I feel like he would be great.
Oh man, yeah. For the Lush, they had Jesse Eisenberg. Zach had put that, which I think could work. He's just like this super skinny, ridiculous dude who, yeah, I think that could work. I'm looking here.
You know who else would be interesting? Maybe physically the wrong body type, but for Fire Ant, the guy who plays Rufio in the Hook movie, the hell's his name? And he's also the voice of Zuko.
Oh right, yeah.
Dante Bosco. I remember his last name is Bosco. Dante Bosco.
Yeah, he could do it.
I think that, like, maybe because he's kind of like. Fire Ant is a more of a slender body type, and I think Dante Bosco is shorter and kind of stocky. He's not. I don't think he's fat, but like he's just kind of stocky. He's just a naturally type of. But maybe that wouldn't matter if he like nailed the audition. Maybe it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who we would have as Blood Death because Zach put Reb Brown, and I think Reb Brown might be a little old now.
I wish I knew. I wish I was better with names.
You know who would be Blood Death? Like Goldberg or Dave Bautista.
I was thinking Dave Bautista also. I think he could pull it off.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. Who was the one that was like, damn, all the time? Big, tall. And he was from like the 80s, and then he just showed up in WWE during the 90s to just go, damn. and then leave.
I don't
Undertaker.
know who that is. I want to know now, though.
Oh,
I consumed every last drop of WWE content I could get my hands on in the 90s, like the Attitude Era stuff. And I watched it well into the 2000s when it got crappy again. So I have a very soft spot in my heart for the Attitude Era wrestlers.
yeah. And then Chris Evans maybe as Black Adam.
Ooh, yes. Because, like, he would... yes. Because he's, like, such a good guy.
Well, Chris Evans in what does he play? He plays a bad guy. He plays a bad guy in Scott Pilgrim, and he's fantastic.
It's like he plays a dick in something else. He plays like he's not exactly a bad guy, but he's an asshole.
He's great at that.
He is hilarious.
Like now everybody knows him as Captain America, the goody goody. And so
which is why it's perfect.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking. It's like everybody knows him now. His big thing is that he's
in the Gray Man. He plays a villain. He plays the villain in Gray Man. There's a new movie coming out.
Nice. And Knives Out, Jeremy. That's also a good one. He plays a bad guy in that. He plays a dick, and he's great.
He's isn't he the hero, the main character, main protagonist in Snowpiercer, the one with the train and the yeah. He is. He's the main good guy there too. The main good guy. He's got a lot of high profile good guy stuff and not enough high profile bad guy stuff. So we need to get more high profile. And also, I love the character of Black Adam. Like he's a bad guy, but is he? And you don't really ever get a real sense of it. So like that would be. And he's got range. Chris Evans got range. He could do this. He could.
I don't have a lot of hope for that Black Adam movie, but I did like the line The Rock gave, where dude was like, "Heroes don't kill," and he said, "Well, I do." I mean, I don't know what they're trying to do with that movie because Black Adam is he's not a hero. Black Adam is not an anti-hero. Black Adam is a villain. Shazam is the hero, and Black Adam is his villain.
Yeah. Andrew, that's Jake Busey would be the streak.
The more I mull over Jake Busey as the streak, the more I love it. I mean, shit, we could throw Gary Busey in there, either or, interchangeable there.
Well, Gary Busey would play the streak's dad.
Oh, true.
The streak's dad is yeah. Or grandpa? Is it grandfather or dad?
Oh hell, I don't remember.
We have too many characters, guys.
I know, like, one of the things on my list is to make sure that I reread very well all of the issues of Super before we have our Kickstarter, because I am rusty on my knowledge, and I need to. And that was the book that I got that sexism crap. Nobody does that to me anymore. It's pretty cool. At conventions, nobody just assumes that I don't know what I'm doing or that I'm not involved in the creation of the book just because I'm a female.
Right.
But but like that was one of the times that I was like, seriously? Why do you think that I don't know? I'm literally standing behind the table selling the books. Why would I not know? And it was a very simple question about why is the street naked, I think. And he's like, oh, you probably don't know since you didn't write the book. And I was like, you don't have to write the book to know. You have to read the book to know. And I've done that.
Right. That's ridiculous.
Dudes are trash.
Yes. Like sometimes you get, like, you know, when you go to conventions, 99% of the people out there that stop at your table, they're such great people. Comic book fans, great people. But every now and again, you get that one.
Oh man, here we go. It's starting to happen.
I like you. I love the expression on her face so far.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, no. I'm just gonna crumple up my virtual sketches and just throw them away because everybody else is good. Laurie has to keep ass patting me the whole time because that way I can, like, that way I was like, oh no, you're right. This isn't so bad. This is pretty good. I don't want to tell anybody what mine is yet though, because it's so I'm so very amused by it. Like we have to time it right. And also it's not even close to done yet, so I hate that we're committing. This is a lot of pressure because like she's got me hooked in for a cover now.
Yeah.
Lol y'all now, and now I've got to do it and I've got to finish it. But like before like a half an hour ago, I still could have backed out, and now I'm locked in.
Sorry.
To be fair, I'm like 3/4 of the way through, so it'd be stupid to quit now, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Well, you're on on time now. You got to get that shit done.
I started it a long time ago, but you know how my brain works. Like I worked on it for every minute of every day for like a month straight, and then I was like, I'm sick of this now, and then I left it alone for 2 weeks.
Andrew, so Sarah's doing a cover, Eric is doing a cover, Mike and myself and probably Veronica are doing one, and then Ian Richardson with Robert Nugent coloring, and then Javier Argandola is doing the whole cover herself. Is that everybody? And then Zach's cover, which will be revamped.
Yes, obviously we're never getting rid of Zach's covers.
No,
ever.
That's the number one cover, of course. Brad, that's a good question. So
it is real. The paper shortage.
It is definitely real. The paper shortage is real.
We're not lying to you. Nobody's lying to you. That is a thing. Mike can back it up too. Like you've run into the paper stuff too, right?
I had to get a whole new printer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for us, the way we've kind of circumvented it so far is we've jumped between printers, and tried to plan in advance and ask the printer, okay, well, when do you have this paper? Another way we've circumvented it is used, like you'll probably notice between one issue and the next, the paper thickness is different because we decided we'd rather release the book than wait on that specific kind of paper. Because sometimes like the printer doesn't know what paper they're getting in. So like I told my guy at Comic Impressions, like, whatever you get in, like just put that in. If it's a little thick, it's fine. If it's a little thin, like we'll live with it. We don't want newsprint, but other than that, we'll just make it work because we'd rather keep releasing books. And then we were using Mixam for like our perfect bounds and hardcovers. And they haven't had a problem with shortage. I think the reason why for them is because they have a printer. They have multiple printers in the States, they have a printer in the UK, and they have a printer in Canada. So what they're doing is they're, whenever they get in paper at one of them, they fulfill the next order that they get. So they've been working really well for us. Comics Wellspring is also somehow keeping up on the shortage, and I'm not sure how.
Comics Wellspring, I think they sold their business soul to the devil. I ordered over 800. No, I'm not playing. I ordered over 800 books of Thursday morning. 800 books. Uploaded all the files, filled out all the crap, paid for it, did expedited shipping, did their quickest service. Friday, I'm getting phone calls and emails. Hey, this one page is corrupted. Can you replace it? Hey, this one's still corrupted. This one isn't showing up. Can you replace this page? Can you send us these 3 pages? And I kid you not, by Thursday of the next week, they said my books will all be here at 12. They got here at 11.
Yeah.
And take note, I did not order 800 copies of one book. I ordered like 16 different comic books that totaled up to 800. Yeah.
And I think Brad, what happens also is some companies might have an unwillingness to switch printers. Some of these printers also charge more. So for instance, if for Stan's art book, which we just finished the Kickstarter for, we're prepared to pay more per book to get the book sooner, because we just don't want to risk ordering it. Right now, if you order overseas, you can be looking at months and months and months, not only of paper shortages, but the book gets stuck at port, and it sits there at the port in the east or west coast of the United States for months. And like, I refuse. For me, I'd rather charge more for the books. We're paying more for the books. Same thing with Comics Wellspring. You're paying a little more per book, and some creators might not be willing to do that. But for me, I'd rather charge a little more per book, pay a little more per book, and get the books rather than. And because we've been doing that, we've been able so far to get books whenever we need them between the 3 printers. So we've been using Comic Impressions, Comics Wellspring, and Mixam, and that's worked okay. And it's possible other creators aren't familiar with other printers. They've already locked in their order and paid for it. Like, I'm not sure exactly what the holdup is, but I'm sure it's not, fabricated.
Like Laurie said, some creators are like, their budget is so tight on Kickstarter that they can't budge off of the printer that they're using, because then they won't be able to get the rest of the stuff for the Kickstarter. But we're using the same 3 printers that Unlikely are using, and we use them for different things as well. Mixam is more expensive, but I absolutely love Mixam's website. I think their website is the easiest I've ever gone to put a book together for. And the good thing about Mixam is, if I'm tight on time and I don't have time to reformat my book to their spread, they will print it in my spread. I can just throw in my sheets and say, these are the sizes, and they will go ahead and move on it.
Yeah. Their customer service is really good.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, because we normally use page by page, but page by page is closed now until I think the fall of next year. Hopefully they'll open back up if things change or whatnot. But he just had to shut it down because he could not get paper to keep up, because a lot of people use page by page, and he couldn't keep. If it wasn't paper that he was trying to keep up with, it was the ink that he was like. He either didn't have one or the other, and he'd be waiting for it to come in, and that stuff, like Laurie said, is sitting on the docks. I went to when I was in California, like you saw that, so like they are trying to hire. The thing was like I think they were trying to hire people to work the cranes, because they don't have enough people who are educated in working the cranes to continue to consistently move that stuff off the ships. Yeah.
It's short. Everyone's short on everything, basically, is what's happening. Andrew, if you want to order the book, it is on BackerKit now. If you just go uhstudios.com/kickit2, that'll bring you to the Kickstarter, and then you can just hit the pre-order button and you can order it if you want to get it. And J-Man, the first one that really got me into comics, and I used to know the number of it and I can't remember, but it was a Spider-Man and Carnage book. And Spider-Man is on the cover with Carnage, but I could not tell you the number.
You still remember the story? Or do you just remember that it was that book?
I know Carnage was in it. I know Doppelganger was in it. I don't remember a lot more than that, but it was awesome. It was just like, I just read it and I was obsessed with it.
Thank you very much, Jeremy. I appreciate it. Only a few people know, or people that watch the show, that Chat and Draw, one of the reasons I do Chat and Draw is so I can improve on drawing my women for my books, because I think they need work. And I get to draw a lot of different women on the show. So I think it's helped a lot too as well. So thank you.
But yeah,
looking at, like, watching you put in those lines, and it's like, aw, I need to learn how to do that.
But yeah, Brad, to re-answer your question, we're stressed out all the time that everything is just going to fall apart and we're not going to be able to fulfill stuff. But so far, it's working out.
My answer to J-Man's question about what's the first comic book I ever read Do you want to know something horrible? Well, not horrible, but shocking. First comic book I ever read, like really read, was Super. I was not a comic book person as a kid. I didn't like that was my family. I guess really my entire general. I grew up in a pretty rural farming, kind of insulated community. Like we didn't really have a lot of influence from pop culture pre-internet, and so it would take a long time for that stuff to trickle down into our area. And so comic books really weren't a thing for anybody. But that being said, Saturday morning cartoons were very much a thing for me. And so I watched The Amazing Spider-Man and Freakazoid was a big one for me. I loved Freakazoid. And I would call him a superhero. I would say he's a superhero, right? He's crazy and he's not especially good at being a superhero, but he's still a superhero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else was there? And I mean, I don't know how everybody feels about lumping the gummy bears in with the superhero stuff, but I fucking love the gummy bears. I still will watch the shit out of the gummy bears.
My wife was watching the gummy bears the other day, and I was like, "If you don't turn this mess off, they cause so much more trouble than they actually solve. It's ridiculous."
They do, but that was the kind of shit that I loved as a kid. And I also I watched that. I watched My Little Pony. I watched the Care Bears stuff. But as far as like superhero ones, it was the Spider-Man, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers. Like I watched all those. So I was more of a TV show comic person. And then as an adult, and I honestly I didn't read Super because I saw it and I wanted to read it. I read it because I was asked to, because I was asked to do some work for it. That's how I ended up in the position that I'm in now. Is that Laurie asked me if I would be able to help for something, and I was like, yeah, sure. And then I had to read Super to know what the hell was going on, right? Because that was the only book at the time. So that would be officially the first comic that I ever read. And now trying to get more exposure. But, obviously a lot of what I'm reading is indie comics rather than the mainstream stuff. But I firmly believe by looking at the other stuff and then having, looking at my small collection, it's like the indie stuff is, way better quality.
I was trying to go in stints where I forget about My Hero Academia being there. And I finally got to catch up on it on the last 2 days. It was I don't know, 15 or 12 issues I got to read back to back to back to back. And this is why I leaped out my head, because then I got to the last one. I was like, oh shit, now I'm back week to week. And things are so intense in My Hero Academia right now. I think I don't think they're announcing that the series is about to end, but
oh yeah,
I think they're just going to do it. They're just, because this story that's happening right now is so epic in scale. I'm like, what would you guys do after this that would
right
any of this right now? Because I love My Hero Academia. So My Hero Academia has given me comic book life again, because it's like the 90s comic books done right.
Yeah. I need to read the comics. I've only seen the anime. I need to read the mangas.
Yeah, I'm impatient. So waiting for the anime to come out kills me. So I have to read the manga. I was watching Naruto, and then I started getting annoyed with Naruto. I'm like, why am I getting annoyed with Naruto? I love Naruto. And I discovered there's 300 episodes of filler.
Yes. Oh yeah. It's so much filler.
That's terrible.
Not Dragon Ball Z level filler, but still lots of filler.
Mike, if I can interject,
go ahead.
She does have lightning bolt earrings on her regular costume, so I don't know if you want to integrate that.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, you could do longer, thinner, so that they're a little more elegant, but a long, thin lightning bolt.
I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can work it in. You don't have to. I was just mentioning it in case.
Oh no, I can work it in. I can work it in.
I do like this concept too, though. It's also very pretty. But yeah, I think that it'll be pretty easy to working to make a nice gala style lightning bolt earring. No problem.
Yeah. But yeah, so I stopped watching the Naruto cartoon, and I just went back and I read the manga where I had left off on the cartoon on the anime. But then the manga was so good, I went back and just read it from the beginning, all 700 issues.
Oh my god!
It's so that sounds like a lot, but the manga's only like 16, 18 pages.
Right. Okay.
Unless they're really talking about like the plot or something, a lot of it is just action, like it's just the drawing or whatnot, and you're just following that. And they so it didn't take that long to read, but it's so much better than watching the anime.
Oh wow. Yeah.
But then I watched yesterday while I was working. I just wish I had more stuff to watch like that. I watched the new Dragon Ball Z movie, and they are CGI in the movie now. But because of the style of how Dragon Ball Z is drawn, it looks so much better than hand drawn animation.
Oh, okay.
Really cool.
Like you can't even tell. I think the only time you can really tell the difference is when they don't have those scenes where the action is so intense it starts to like warp the body with the animation and speed. Like that's the only thing it does not have right now. But as far as everything else, like it was because like Goku wasn't in it, Vegeta wasn't in it. It was a Gohan and Piccolo movie. So it was really good.
Oh, that sounds. I haven't watched Dragon Ball Z stuff in ages, so that sounds good.
I just want. I mean, I know everybody loves Goku. I just want somebody else to save the day. It's like, damn,
Yeah.
it can't always be Goku, y'all.
Yeah, it gets old.
Isn't Dragon Ball Z like doesn't okay? Because I have not watched what I have watched was back in like 2002, and it was basically that the entire season was Goku in the first couple of episodes he gets very mortally wounded and then spends either the entire rest of the season either completely dead or mostly dead and then is somehow revived for the big battle at the end of the season. Is that show or am I thinking of a different show?
That's happened more than once.
Yeah,
I was gonna say I think that's happened a few times.
Okay, so I'm thinking of the right show. Yeah, it's just the battles that take 5, 6, 10 episodes to complete. I hate that. So that's why I appreciate the popularity of Dragon Ball Z. It's just not for me, and that's fine, right? I'm not gonna shit on it. I just don't have patience for that. Is all.
I was going back and forth with somebody on TikTok. How Naruto was Dragon Ball Z is a far better anime than Naruto. And I was like, in my opinion, I disagree. I feel like Dragon Ball Z is the opening drug. That's what pulls you into anime. It's a good anime to turn on, turn your brain off with some really good animation at times, and just a fun little thing. But as far as like character growth, plots, story, and things like that, like Naruto is murdering Dragon Ball Z when it comes to stuff like that. That writer's crazy. And like, I really would love to ask him, did you come up with all this stuff like on a day-to-day basis, or like one day in 1992 did you write all this out and then like carefully seeded it through 700 issues? Because the way he just drops things in there and you get opened up to it, you're like, damn, that's what that meant. But like that was brought up 200 issues ago. And now we're seeing the resolution or find out about what it is now. I wish I had that type of patience as a fucking writer, man. Jeez.
Yeah, it's crazy. Andrew, Umbrella Academy season 3. No, but I'm very excited. I only saw it yesterday. Didn't it just come out? I'm very excited to watch it.
It did just come out. I'm not even gonna complain. I would say it's hard to keep up with all this stuff, but I'm not even gonna complain because I want the stuff to keep coming out.
Right.
I'd rather be drowning in content than not have any content.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I'm very excited to see it. Season 2 was nuts. Far exceeded expectations.
See, I hope season 3 is better. Season 2 fell off for me. Season 1 was really good, but season 2 kind of fell off for me.
Really, I liked 2 better.
You like 2 better than 1?
Yeah, yeah. I think that kid is he playing 4? Is that 4?
Yeah.
That kid who plays 4 deserves fucking awards. Like I can't get enough of that kid. He is just perfect.
I need to start that one. I have not started it yet, and I keep hearing that what the hell am I doing with my life because I need to be watching Umbrella Academy, and so maybe I'll do that. We have to finish. Okay, I think did the last Kenobi drop today?
Yep.
And so we've got to watch that. We are caught up otherwise, though, so we only have to watch the last one. But then somehow we are super behind on Moon Knight, so we got to finish watching Moon Knight, and then I want to watch Ms. Marvel, and then maybe we'll go. And then I got to fucking watch. And this is Laurie's fault. I got to watch Lock and Key now, and
it's so good.
And then I got to watch Umbrella Academy. Yeah, there's so much to do. So many movies and TV shows to watch.
I wish you've seen Obi-Wan Kenobi because I really want to talk about that. They did their dang thing.
Yeah, I'm behind on that. We only seen up till 3. We've seen 3 and that's it.
See, that's good because now it's all out. Just watch them all. It's definitely it's definitely better to watch them all like in a stream. But the young lady that plays Kamala Khan in Ms. Marvel, I have never seen a more believable teenager in the history of TV.
I love her so.
You are like the 100th person that I've heard say that. Like this has to be such a good show because except for like the wingnuts out there that are freaking out because it's a Muslim girl. Everybody is saying how freaking amazing it is and how great that actress is. I am very excited to watch it because that's you literally you are at least you're double digits at least number of people that have said this kid is the most teenager that I've ever seen on TV before.
She's just right. She's the correct amount of awkward. It just feels right. It doesn't feel forced. It doesn't feel contrived. It really feels. It's such a fun show. I really like it.
And I can even admit, sometimes Tom Holland's Spider-Man is forced when he's trying to be awkward a teenager in Spider-Man. I still love it. But Kamala Khan, she is so genuine. And like everything that comes out of her mouth, I'm like, I believe a teenager would say that. I believe a teenager would do that.
Yeah.
Everything she does, like I am full. She has me convinced that she is real.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's really amazing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do hate when I hate it more now that I'm getting old and my arteries are hardening and I'm getting grumpy. I don't like to see these very articulate 20-year-olds playing teenagers. It's like, no, teenagers are not that articulate. They are not that clever. It's extremely rare to find one that's able to string a whole sentence together and make it not sound awkward. I need more realistic teenagers in these shows. Like Tom Holland. I am very on board with Tom Holland sounds forced when he tries to be awkward teen sounding. But to be fair, I haven't watched all the Spider-Man. I have not watched his first Spider-Man, his first appearance of Spider-Man, so I'm not sure if he maybe was better when he was younger and now it's becoming too much of a forced thing or what.
It was absolutely again. There's little things about it that bother me that I can own up to, but I let it slide because I still think he's the best Spider-Man we got. But it was definitely way better in the beginning, way better in the beginning because he was closer to that age.
Right.
But also, like I keep seeing this post that goes around about Ms. Marvel, and like Marvel has the lowest viewership out of any MCU show that has premiered so far. I'm like, who cares? Who cares? It's also the highest rated MCU show that has come out. It's also the most watched MCU show by Black and brown people.
Yeah.
So maybe, just maybe, the show ain't for everybody.
And maybe they didn't make it for 40 to 50-year-old, white guys who fix cars for a living. Like, it's not necessarily for you. So maybe calm down. And there's so much stuff out there that's it's great for the people that hate Ms. Marvel, that I'm like, don't watch it then. Go watch this other thing that is very clearly something that's way more up your alley. You don't have to watch it.
Dude,
you don't have to shit on it because you don't like it either.
I have been saying that for weeks. Like, why?
Oh yeah, I believe it. You are.
You've gotten I want you to listen to how selfish you are right now. You have gotten 10 years of Marvel movies featuring people that look like you as the main cast, as the savior and everything, and you get 1 year of women and brown people, and y'all are blowing a head gasket.
Yeah. Yep. Who's the snowflake now, bitch? They're being snowflakes.
Yes, they are. So the Panther movie came out pre-pandemic, right? And I think everybody, our whole lives have been broken up into pre and post pandemic now. But what kind of crap did we hear from that vein when that movie came out? Because like, you can't try to say that was forced, because that character has been around for,
years.
So you can't say that they tried to shoehorn a black guy into that role, because he is an African prince / it becomes king, right? So like, you can't do that. That is impossible. So what did they say about that? I don't even remember, because it feels like it was a million years ago. Honestly, it's like, was I even alive then?
The movie was forced. They were trying too hard. Why did
there was like only one white guy?
80% of the cast have to be black and brown people. I mean, they were saying all types of crazy stuff, and like, that was the first movie from Marvel that won $4 billion.
Mm-hmm.
God, that must have made him so mad. That must have made all those people so mad.
I don't know, man. I know. I know it didn't make Feige mad. But I mean, I love all the new stuff that's coming out, because there's such a variety of stuff. Like, Moon Knight was amazing, and then it opened my eyes into having multiple personalities inside of your head. WandaVision was incredible, because it dealt with trauma. Was Captain America and Winter Soldier, they just spoke on things that never get spoken on, and were so open about it. Hawkeye was just fun. It
was so fun.
Thank you. Everybody talked about how bad that show was, and I was like, I thought it was good. I enjoyed it.
I held off on Hawkeye for a little bit, because I'm not a huge fan of Jeremy Renner, but watching the show made me a fan of his, because he made fun of himself a little. He took it a little less seriously. It was really fun. And the female Hawkeye was fantastic. It wasn't what I was expecting at all.
Mm-hmm. It was amazing. Yeah, and the dynamic between those two actors was really nice too. Like, it worked well. I remember having a conversation with you about that, and that you had been unsure in the previously. So that was, and I was eagerly awaiting your thoughts on it when you did watch it. So it was interesting, and it was a relief to find out that I wasn't the only one who thought that was a good show, because I'm like, yeah, no, it didn't hit the same way that Loki hit, and it didn't hit the same, like WandaVision like punched us all in the proverbial nads, right? It was such a it was to really get a good idea of how messed up she is, how much trauma she suffered. Like, that's not what the Hawkeye show was about at all. It was about his own trauma, of course, but yeah, like, it was also really fun and a lot more lighthearted, and that didn't make it a bad show.
I mean, it was super lighthearted and fun, but the moments that they looked at his relationship with Black Widow and her sacrifice, and like it pissed me off that Black Widow sacrificed herself. Like she had to sacrifice herself for him because Black Widow was there like everybody else. But then I start to accept it in this show because like he's hurt. Like
Yeah.
you think about Black Widow really went in for the entire world, but but at the end of the day, she didn't do it for the world. She did it for him, for his family.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Legend, you should definitely finish it. And then Loki is just a game changer, just for what it did. At the end of that show, when that happened, I was like, Feige, you son of a bitch. Well,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
looks like I'm with you for the next 15 years, buddy. Whatever you
Yeah.
got, I'm taking.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you guys are just tuning in, and you're probably wondering, like, damn, Mike, it's been an hour and 20 minutes, and you have not started inking yet. That's because I am doing the pencils. So this is the first time on the show you're seeing me render out pencils all the way, and Laurie Foster is going to do the inks. And I try to make the pencils as easy as possible, so Laurie doesn't have to message me and say, "Hey, Mike, what the hell is this? I don't know what this is."
What is this mystery line? I don't know.
I feel like after inking Zach's work for so many years, you have to be you're like, can we find anybody that's better at that? Well, he had his stuff like laser precision too, so he probably never had to guess with his. It was probably a little boring now that I'm thinking about it. Did you have times where you were just bored because his stuff was so precise that you were just like, this is not fun to do because I don't get to take any creative license? Did you ever have moments?
No, I don't think so. It looks precise from far away, but when you zoom in and ink it, like there's definitely still a bunch of tweaks that are happening and smoothing and line widths and yeah, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of details.
I remember you sent me something of his that was like a spaceport or something, and it was just to practice on. And I remember I got a tenth of the way through maybe, and I was just like, this is overwhelming me. I have to stop now because there's just so many lines, and it is, and that's a thing that I just need to do. I just need to just sit my ass down and do it, because that's the kind of stuff, trying to figure out what that shape is supposed to be and how to make it look right. That's what makes you an inker. That's how you get better at inking. And I don't ever want to. I just want to practice inking to become better at art overall. I don't necessarily want to become an inker and get paid to ink stuff, because that's I don't know. In the end, I really like arranging compositions. I think that's why it makes me a good choice to be the graphics person, because I like taking all the shit that needs to be on the ad or the flyer, the website page, whatever, and arranging it in a way that looks good, and selecting the fonts and finding the right effects. That's more my thing.
Yeah. Well, I think learning how to be good at inking also helps you just be better at art in general, because you're nitpicking all these details all the time. Yeah.
Remember when we were in grade school, high school, and we all were like, why, if we're going to college, why do we have to take English and math and philosophy and history if we're going to school to be an engineer or whatever, right? If we're why can't we just take the engineering classes? And I was like that. I don't know. I'm sure lots of people were. I can't be the only one. And then when I actually got to university and started taking those classes, first of all, I found out that I enjoyed them a lot more than I expected to. And second, it makes it they tell you that line that this will make you be a more well-rounded individual, and it sounds like such bullshit, but it's freaking true. You know stuff, like I know stuff about art that is weird and random and obscure because I took a bunch of art history courses, and it's come in handy. It actually, like, it's genuinely come in handy. Now, math explorations, where I unfortunately learned that there is more than one kind of geometry, that I would be happy. I wish I could unlearn that. Just like the teacher of the class was great, and he 150% passed me because I tried. There is no fucking way in hell that I actually passed based on getting any answers right, because I absolutely did not do that. There's no way I got any of those things right. And if I did, it was pure luck. So yeah, I'm fucking math explorations, man. Like, we learn in high school, you learn that one kind of geometry and you're like, okay, that's geometry. And then I took math explorations because all the art teachers were like, that's the easy math class, that's a high enough level for you. And then I took it and then I was like, this is not easy. No, I should have taken statistics because at least I understand statistics. It's a shitload of work, but at least I get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then math exploration, I learned that geometry that we learned in school that we thought was geometry, the only kind, turns out that that's Euclidean geometry, and there's a shitload of other kinds of geometry. And I didn't want to know that. And I will forever remember that it's Euclidean geometry. I remember what it's called and everything. I don't remember what the other kinds of geometry are called, though. Thank everybody for that. Thank everything for that. I don't want to remember.
Yeah, I was just like you too, Sarah. I didn't understand why I had to take all this other stuff if I was going to art school. I made sure that I took all the math classes I had to take, so I did not have to take any math my senior year. My major in art school did not require any math. And then
Ooh, lucky.
20 years later, I worked for a math company. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, my math teacher would be dying right now.
Yeah.
Be like, hey.
I thought you weren't going to use it, Mike.
Yeah. Tell me you're never going to use this in the real world now, sucker.
Right.
Yeah. I had the teacher that I had for that math explorations class. He was super cool. He do you know factorials? Like, I think everybody who's taken those types of classes knows, at least has heard the word. And it's denoted in writing by like the number and then an exclamation point. And so he would say that he would be writing out this response or this question on the board and then working it out so that we see how to solve the problem. And then he'd say, and of course that means the answer is 4. And then everybody go, Jesus Christ, what the fuck? And then be like, no, 4 factorial. Get it? And he was like one of those, like a dad teacher, like a dad joke teacher.
That's awesome.
And yeah, I actually, like, that's the only reason that I didn't quit school right then and there. Once I learned all that, how horrible that class actually is, that's the only reason that I did not quit, is because he was such a cool guy.
That's good. I mean, teachers matter. My math teacher got on my nerves. She always threatened to call my mother. She had a little office in her room, phone ready to dial. She had my grandmother's number. She had my mother's number. She kept the windows open in winter. She was always in your damn business. Whenever you're in the hallway, she's like, why aren't you in class? Where are you going? What are you doing? And, like, even then, you realize she's doing it because she cares. She doesn't want you to be a bum. She wants you to graduate high school. It's annoying as fuck, but she cares. I wish there were more people in schools that did that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
But like, that whole leaving the window wide open in the middle of winter, that's a thing. And I want to know why the hell they do that to us.
She said,
the students, like, come on.
She said, we always said we were going to get sick. We were going to catch a cold. She was like, you don't get a cold from the cold. You do not get sick from being out in the cold. And whenever I had her, I never got sick. I never got sick whenever I had her for my math teacher for a school year.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's funny because that's how we all thought. Like, that's how I was taught, and that's how everybody that was around me was like told. If you go outside without your coat on in the wintertime, you're going to catch a cold. And now, especially what with all the new things we've learned about viruses via, because of, the past couple of years,
right.
It's like, yeah, we know that is not true at all. If you go outside and without your jacket on, you're going to catch hypothermia, but you're not going to catch a cold unless you're standing next to a kid that has a jacket on that already has a cold. Then you might catch a cold, but you're also going to catch hypothermia.
So I found my favorite part of this piece, and it is that hand.
I was gonna say that, Mike. The hand is so good. I was like, don't touch it. It's perfect.
That has made my little drawing day to day. All right, so for the most part, she's done. What I want to do, and I'll probably talk to Veronica about it when putting the colors, is like have these flashing lights, like she's getting pictures taken. And I do want to set up a wall back there that has the Super and Unlikely Hero Studios logo repeating in the background, like she's like she's on the red carpet taking her pictures. So that's how I'm gonna have everybody standing up, and then like obviously, if we ink her and color her and keep her on a separate layer, we'll be able to figure out how we want to stack them for the final piece. What was that? An hour to draw her all the way out and render her.
Yeah, pretty much. Because we chatted for a while before you started, right? That's pretty awesome.
And we looked at the reference images and stuff, yeah, and she looks amazing.
Yeah. Thank you. I think she looks good too. Look, thank you for asking me to do this. I love this damn Super book. I love Zach's work. I am so stoked that I just get to be a small part of this. And getting this started with Blitz today. Oh, your boy is psyched up. I'm ready for the next one. So
awesome.
All right, everybody. So like we said, this is going to be the variant cover, one of the variant covers that I'm doing for them out of 6 with all the characters. I think one cover is going to feature 2 characters. But this is going to be a Kickstarter. They're going to be launching very, very soon. So be on the lookout for that. Super the Revival. It is coming back here. Very excited. If you missed this book beforehand, do not miss it now, because this is, I'm telling you, I absolutely love this book. It is spot on. And I put it right up there with Invincible. So I want to thank Laurie and Sarah for coming on here with us tonight. I'm going to show them some cool stuff that I'm not showing anybody else for our Kickstarter. You guys got to wait. Unless you're in the FSK fan group, you can go see some of that stuff. Just go join that. Just go join that now. But thanks for hanging out with us, guys and gals. Oh, shoot. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Hope you enjoy it. Monday, I think we'll have Urban Nerd Con on here with me for that comic book convention in Montgomery, Alabama. And it looks like I am keeping the show on Mondays and Wednesdays. I got a lot of hot shot drawing to do, and Danny Cooper's going to kill me if I don't get it done here soon. So, good thing for interns.
Oh, yes. Interns are life-saving.
We need to give that another try, don't we? Because have that help be so cool.
Yeah, so I mean, they've been doing some Unlikely Hero stuff too. So
yeah, I've been borrowing them for some graphics stuff, and we'll have to come up with some more stuff for them, because there's definitely stuff. I just have to figure out which stuff.
Right.
Yeah, and it sounds like you got a pretty diverse skill set happening there too, so that's pretty cool.
Yes, it is. Man, I really need to control it and pace it, but they're good. They're good. This last class was good, and this new class has come in, and they haven't missed a beat from the last one. So, all right, everybody. Awesome. Thank you for hanging out with us. I'll be back on Monday, and I'll be ready for the Otaku Fellowship. That's our new nerd podcast show, formerly known as Agents of the Nerdy. We will be doing gaming and chatting because we discovered that we like talking and playing video games. So there we go. All right. Thank you for being on the show, ladies, and we are out.
I think that I should ask Mr. Watson.